Hi everyone, and welcome back to another healthy keto eating show. Stay tuned to see what I got this week and my story time. Hi everyone, welcome back. Great to see all of you and great to be back in doing another healthy keto eating show for you guys. Have another new recipe here and of course my Bible reading and story time. So how is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're staying safe, happy, and healthy. I pray for all of you guys. I always, the specific names I know, I will mention the names, but I have like over 2,000 subscribers, so I can't remember every name. But I do ask God to bless and keep every one of the people on my subscriber list safe with his hedge of protection. So I'm always praying for that for you guys. So I hope all of you guys are safe. Hope that you guys are doing well. And like I always tell you, if you are new to my channel, right there is the red subscribe button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified of all of my uploads. Allergies. And all of my uploads, that way you don't miss anything. Since I teach keto, I want to be able to help all of you guys share around my channel so it can grow bigger. I do pray every day for that, and it is growing, but the more people that come in, the more people I can help. I've helped over 2,000 people get their life back, and during this pandemic we do need to be the healthiest that we can be, and keto is so great. Now we don't have any physical evidence that keto will stop this virus, but this virus is attacking people with diabetes, high blood pressure, high sugar levels, like if you're pre-diabetic and all that, which I just mentioned diabetes, people with lung problems. Well, this cures everything. So I would say that ketogenic is definitely a way to go. I was taught professionally by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches this as a job. I'm over 4 years in. I lost all of my weight back. I started in November of 2015, November 4th. It was a Wednesday, guys. I just did it. I just said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change my life. And within 15 months, that's right, just 15 months, I lost over 150 plus pounds. I went from almost 300 down to 139 pounds. And since then, I have lost even more. I'm over 160 plus pounds, and I range in the 120s to 130. So yeah, I went from a 3X down to a size small, and some things are even extra small. And I went from a 24 jean down to a size 2-4 jean. In fact, I want to stand up and show you. My mom got me this little jacket. It's a little crop jacket. Well, she thought it was, and I think it is, but it was a junior. This is a junior's. I'm wearing a little kid jacket. A little kid jacket, because in the back it says juniors. This is a junior's, and I can fit into a junior's. That's just unbelievable. And these are the rocks that my son got me a couple years back, I think last year for Mother's Day, or the year before for Mother's Day. But anyways, I love these, and they're so expensive. I didn't want him to buy these for me, but look at, they're already too big. I have to wear a belt with them. They're always falling off my butt now, but aren't the bling and everything on them awesome? I love them. But yeah, they're getting too big on me now. I told my son that the other day, they're getting too big. I have to wear a belt with them, but at least I can still wear them, but they keep falling off. So just shows that I did lose more, more weight or whatever. But yeah, I'm just excited. I've loved my journey. I've been maintaining this weight out now that I lost for over 3 years. It was 3 years in April that I've been maintaining it. So, and I've just gained so much knowledge on this way of life. So if you guys need help, I do link my email down below, and that's where I've helped many people that way too, through my videos, through the information I share. But also if you need extra help and don't know exactly how to get started and you want to get started right now, I've helped people personally too for free. I just need to ask you some personal questions. So if you could email me, I'd love to get you started on and give you a little rundown on keto and all the important things to know. I do send you quite a big little letter there or whatever, a little message there, but read it. It's very important to understand everything so you know how to do keto. Keto is not a scary thing. I just want you to understand all the works of keto. So, but if you do need extra help, I'd love to help you. And, I get so much joy out of it. I really believe it was my calling from God to help people. I started this channel as a nail channel. I do my nails. I'm very artistic, and I do all of my nail art freehand 99% of the time. Sometimes I use my stampers, but I do everything freehand. I've been doing nails since I was just a little kid. I like doing nails from 5 years old. I was painting my nails. By 11, I was doing art. So I love it. And so I started the channel as Angels Heavenly Nails, and linked down below, I do have a separate channel for that. If you'd like to go over there, if you're not interested in the keto and you just want the nails and the toes and the fashion. But I do all of that in here too. So I'd love if you'd stay, because I also do, you know, Bible readings and stuff for you guys. But yeah, it was just something I started, and I mentioned keto one day, that I had been on a keto journey and I was doing it. I was still within that journey, and somebody had asked me about it, and my channel blew up from there. So I changed it over to Keep It Keto. I switched over, had another channel, Angels Heavenly Nails, just to kind of put that over there. That channel really isn't growing, so I might just shut that down. I might keep it open just so I have that channel in case something ever happens. I can switch over to there. But yeah, this is my basic channel, Keep It Keto, and I do the nails and the toes and the fashion in here as well, because I'm just proud of myself of the weight I lost. I've always loved fashion. Even when I was almost 300, I always loved fashion. So, but anyways, I'm always here if you guys need help. Like I said, I was taught professionally, so I'd love to help you professionally. Keto was taught 3 ways, and I want to say it in every video in case you're new. It's for losing, gaining, and maintaining. And a lot of people don't understand that, so they eat that high-fat 75 to 85% that they talk about in the ketogenic diet. They eat all that fat, and they get to a point where they stall out. You'll lose weight in the beginning, but you're going to stall out, and they can't keep losing weight, and they can't figure out why. Because our body has its own high fat, that is your high fat source. So you're not going to eat 75 to 85 grams. You're going to eat 75 to 80 to maybe 90 grams. Now, not 75 to 85%, which is around 110 to 150 grams of fat. You're going to eat 75 to 90 grams of fat, maybe 100 if you're working out. If you got body fat, that is your fat. So let's lower it out and go as low as possible for yourself. Lower out and eat low lean meats. Don't cook with oils. Use air fryers, you know, any way you can. Keep it boring in the beginning. I do teach, though, in a lot of my recipes how to make things lower, you know, lower fat. But you just want to keep it lower, get the weight off right away and get to goal weight. And then when you don't have any fat, then you need the 75 to 85% fat. Then you will be eating it. But a lot of people get that wrong, and that's why they're not, they stall out and they can't lose weight and they get miserable and they gain their weight back, and it's just like, it didn't work for me. It will work, guys. Everybody that I've taught has lost all of their weight, or they're in the process of losing it, or almost there. But the people from the very beginning have lost all of their weight, and they're keeping it off because they did it the way I taught. This is a low carb, high fat diet, so it's impossible to go low fat with it completely, or zero fat. You're going to eat some fat, but try to use most of it off your body. There was a point where I was even only eating 50 grams of fat a day, and the doctor said that was okay. She goes, that's okay, because I just wanted the last 15, 20 pounds off. So she was fine with that. It took me about 6 to 8 weeks to get it off, or yeah, about 6 weeks. And she was totally fine with that. She said, you have body fat. You can use that body fat. Continue to use it. So that being said, understand that. Then when you get to where I am in maintenance mode, you're going to eat higher fats, because now I don't have the fat on my body like I did before, so I can eat the higher fat. And then if you're trying to gain, you're going to eat even more than 75 to 85%. You're going to do even more than that. So I just want you guys to understand that. Just study that. You'll understand that, and you will read on that, you know, to lower it out. Dr. Berg talks about that. If you're not losing weight, you're eating too much fat, then you need to lower it out, because you do have your own body fat that will act as your energy source. And ketogenic is the only way. It's called the ketogenic. You're in a state of ketosis, which is just a big word for fat burning mode. So your body is always burning fat for fuel. So why burn the fat you're eating, which is going to take a lot longer to lose weight? Why don't you burn the fat off your body? Use that as your energy source. And I was taught that, and yes, you can do that. You are healthy. I had like so many diseases, you guys. I had like 8 or 9 things wrong with me that I cured completely, even a heart condition that's almost back to normal. I was on over 20 medications for the heart, for high blood pressure, for cholesterol levels, for my triglycerides, for sugar levels. I was pre-diabetic for sugar levels, for IBS, PCOS, HPV, asthma. I even had asthma. I mean, I can keep going and tell you the things I had wrong that I cured doing this, and I got off of everything. I take 2 very low dose meds for the heart, which is just a beta blocker, and I used to take 50 milligrams. Right now I only take 12.5 twice a day, and then I take lisinopril, which a lot of people take for blood pressure. Mine isn't for blood pressure. My blood pressure is so low. It's like 90 over 50. When I move around, it's like 120 over 70. Like, it's so low. So I'm only on 5 milligrams just to help with the heart, because my blood still kind of pulls. It was the upper left ventricle in my heart that enlarged, and I developed postpartum cardiomyopathy back when I had my son. So way back when I was 22 years old when I developed that, I had the heart of an 83-year-old. My heart was not functioning good at all, but they said that it's almost 50% now since doing keto. I lived 16 years that way on medications. It just only got up to maybe about 20%, 25, but then doing keto, I'm at almost 50 now, and I'm off all these meds, you guys. It's incredible. And it doesn't cure just all the things I talked about. It can cure brain cancer, cancers. It can cure epilepsy, especially when you're fasting. Like if you incorporate fasting with it, like it's just incredible, you guys, what it can do. It can cure, people that have like hand problems, like what's it called? I forget the name of it. Just when you get a rash on your hand, I can't think of the name. My son even has it, and it was just on the tip of my tongue. Well, just, hand problems. It can cure skin problems, acne, help with seeing better. Like there are so many things, stomach problems for people that can't lose weight. It can cure everything, you guys. And I've done videos on that. Go into my 4-year keto journey. Go into my video on autophagy and all of that. It's under my keto journey or under miscellaneous. Both of them are under there. So just go there and check it out. And I've taught so much in there, you guys. Like it's just amazing what it does for you. And I've read on it, on the ketogenic, on autophagy, which is when you're fasting and your body gets over that 18 hours. Once you hit 18 hours, you're in autophagy. And I do 24-hour OMAD. I eat 1 meal a day, so I'm hitting autophagy for 6 hours a day. That is so amazing. And autophagy will kill off old cells, build new cells, and cells are also old flabby skin. That's why I don't have a lot of flabby skin, because I did a lot of fasting. I did the 24-hour, I did the 36, I did the 40-hour fasting, alternate day fasting. I did all of that, and that's why it ate away, you guys, and I built new cells, and that's why I don't have a lot of loose skin. But I don't recommend, if you're first starting off with keto, to start incorporating fasting right away. Wait till you get good and fat adapted, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and then start incorporating as much as you can. Maybe just sleeping through the night will be your fasting, and then eventually you'll learn to do 18 hours, get to 16. They recommend 16 being the lowest, 16 hours. Then you want to get to 20 hours, which is warrior diet, where you eat 2 meals a day and you go 20 hours no food. And then you do what I do, OMAD, or you do 36 or alternate day, which 36 is, but I used to go 40 hours. You'll start to learn that fasting is incredible for your body. It says it in the Bible. You cannot find anything wrong on fasting. It'll never harm you. It will only make you better. When you're hitting autophagy, it's killing off old cells, building new cells, making you new and brand new, making you look younger and healthier and everything. It's so good for you guys. So that being said, I hope you guys get good information from me. If you need extra help, like I said, I linked my email down below, and I want to try to make these videos a little bit shorter. So let's go ahead and read our Bible verse here. We're going to read Romans 10. I've been reading on faith for you guys. I've been doing a lot of faith reading. I'm so big on faith now. My life has completely changed since this pandemic. I turned my life over more to God than ever. I've always been a Christian, but never, ever, like I said in my last food video, in my healthy keto eating show, that I've never felt the Lord the way I do now, because I've devoted more time to the Lord. I'm giving more to Him. I'm going into a warrior room. I call my back room my warrior room, where I read tons of scripture. I start my day with Jesus. I go through my day and I end my day with Jesus. I go into my warrior room. I write down scriptures. I study it. I pray before I read. I pray after I read. God has really helped me get through this pandemic and made me realize that I have nothing to fear. It says right in here 365 times, we have nothing to fear. God is with us. He'll never leave us nor forsake us, and He will help us. And that doesn't mean that we couldn't get this virus and we couldn't die. But you know what? God's with us when we ask for that, and He's going to help us. And if we do well, we go to a much better place. We go to heaven. We have eternal life. So you don't truly die. Just your shell dies. That's your shell. Your soul goes to heaven. But that being said, pray, and God is going to help you get through it. If you're very scared that God isn't going to allow that, He's going to protect you and be with you. So I want to read Romans 10:17. Consequently, faith comes from hearing the message. Consequently, yes, I can read, people. Consequently, faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the word of Christ. And that's what this good book is, okay? That's where your faith is going to come in. If you need to know anything in life, you don't read a dictionary, you don't read the media, because they're lying, and there's a lot of things that aren't being, just stay away from the media as much as you can. Read, watch a little bit if you want to, but get away from it. Go right here. No dictionary, no TV show, no newspaper, nothing is going to tell you more about life than right here. This is going to get you through life. This is how you're supposed to live, the way it tells you in this good word of God. This is what you need to read. Okay, yes, we watch the media a little bit just to find out what's going on so we know what's going on in our area, and then shut it off. The devil is working his little butt off. He's trying to scare the entire world with this. This doesn't have to be scary, guys. This isn't a time of fear. No way. And we're going to get through this. This too shall pass, like Jesus said, and we will. We will get through it. So don't watch a lot of that, just go to here. This is what I've been doing, and this is why my life is completely turned around. And you can even ask God for heart's desire. God, please don't let me get this. That's my heart's desire. And if you're keeping that faith in God, he'll keep you away from it. He will. He will. It also says in scripture here, and I'll find it for you. I think I read it for you guys one day about how he made the crops, with all the locusts and sent all the rain and because people were living evil lives. And that's why he said, when you come to me and you live faith to me and you read the Bible and you give me that faith, I'll change it. I will change it. God will make this better, but we all need to come back to him. We all got away from him. That's what happened. A lot of people got away from God. A lot of evil in our world. God needed us back because he loves us so much. He wants everybody to go to heaven. So he had to stir up something to cause most of us to be in our home, to have nothing better to do but to ask God to help us because we're scared. Now we're coming back to God. But remember, when this is over with, don't turn away from God. Stay with God, okay? Because this is during end times, Revelations. Read Revelations. We're definitely coming into end times. We need to be ready when Jesus returns to get us. We don't want to be left behind. And that actually is a movie called Left Behind with Kirk Cameron in it. It's a Christian movie. Watch that one. And that's going to show you what happens if you have to stay here. If we're still here when Jesus comes back and you haven't died yet and you aren't right with God, you're going to stay here and serve purgatory. The mark of the beast, 666. You're going to have an antichrist. It's going to be horrible to try to live your life. Watch that movie, you guys, Left Behind with Kirk Cameron. That will show you. We don't want to be left behind. We want to leave. When Jesus comes, we want to leave with Jesus and go. If you die before that, well, you go to heaven then. So, but please, you guys, pick up this Bible. Start your day. Go through your day and end your day with Christ. Listen to Christian music. Go into a prayer room, a warrior room, a war room, whatever you want to call it. Watch the movie War Room. That movie will show you, too, what it's like to go into a prayer closet and devote that time to God and how God will change everything. Please. And I just want to read, I wrote this down. I want to read the good news about this verse. A large part of your faith comes from learning, believing, listening, and act. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. It just looked funny what I wrote. A large part of your faith comes from learning, believing, listening, and acting. But the words in the Bible, by the words in the Bible. I'm sorry. Guys, my writing is so bad here. I jotted it so quick. A large part of your faith comes from learning, believing, listening, and acting by the words in the Bible. The deeper you dive into the word of the Lord, the deeper your faith will grow. And that is completely 100% true. The deeper you dive into God, the closer you will become to God, the better you will feel. You will. I have felt so different since I've been diving more into this word and learning more. And if you don't understand it, pray before you read it, and God will lead you to good scripture and teach you, okay? But yes, guys, I'm telling you right now, from living proof, experience of myself, I'm completely different, just completely different. If you want to know that verse again, it was Romans 10:17. Definitely dive into the word of God. And if you find a verse you really, really like, write it down. This is what my pastor does. He writes things down. This is one I wrote down. Mark 11:22-24. Have faith in God. Jesus answers truly. I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not do in their heart, but believes that what they will say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, wherever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it. I'm sorry that again, you guys, my writing's so tiny here. I'm going to start over again. I'm sorry. Mark 11:22-24. Have faith in God. Jesus answered truly. I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not go in their heart, but believes that's what will happen. It will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have believed it and you have received it, and it will be yours. And when you stand praying, if you have added anything against, and if you have anything against anyone, forgive them, so your Father in heaven may forgive you yours. Okay, your sins. Sorry, I hope you guys understood that. It was just a really good verse that I really liked, and it just, made me want to write it down. If there's verses that you really like, write it down. Put it in your pocket, carry it with you daily, and you can look at it and just be reminded by it. I really like that verse that, it's just saying to you, have that faith, have that belief, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. No, you can't ask God for $1 million and expect him to give you $1 million. But if you have that faith, God will help you to feel good. And, like it says, believe and you have received. And make sure you are good to your enemies. Forgive people that have wronged you in your life. Forgive them, or otherwise God won't forgive you. He will not forgive you if you don't forgive those. If he can forgive you, why can't you forgive them? So forgive the people that have wronged you. Love them, in their, you don't have to hang out with them, spend time with them, but love them and pray for them and want no harm against them. So that's important too. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that verse, and we're going to get eating now because, again, my video is going to be so long again. Hate when that happens. All right, so what I got tonight is ranch rubbed wings, deep fried. I boiled the wings first, and then I did them in ranch seasoning. You can buy it, just in those packages, like where the chili seasoning and everything, buy ranch seasoning. I didn't realize it's only a carb a serving, and there's 16 servings in it, so yeah, that's a lot. But that was at least 3 servings of wings I made. I did the wings, and it came with the drummy and the wing, and I'm doing 6 here. I got 3 drummies and 3 wings. So total here with my, so it's ranch wings, dry ranch wings, and then I've got my asparagus here, but I got creamed asparagus. So total carb count here was 12, and I think it was 12, 11? 11. Okay, because I'm not eating all this serving. I thought I was going to split that in half with me and my husband, but it was just too many. So I'm having 6 wings total. The serving of that, which is 2 servings of asparagus, which is 7, I believe, 7 or 8 asparagus sticks each. So there was 16 of them. There was 14 or 16. So I cut those up in pieces, and I use fresh asparagus. You can use the frozen. Cut it up, and then I put the cream cheese on it after it was cooked, a little salt and pepper. I got a little bit of ranch here, so it would make it 11, so it would make it 12. And I do 1 meal, so 12, 13, 14, 15, and the 1 serving of nuts is... Wait, what did I say? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 net carbs here, okay? Because I eat 1 meal, so I try to get all in 1 meal. I do recommend to you guys, we get 20 carbs in a day. You can do net, which means you can deduct the dietary fiber off of veggies. You can deduct it off the dietary fiber or like alcohol sugars off of things that are okay with stevia or monk fruit or erythritol. You can deduct those, and that would make the number lower for you. That's called a net carb. Some people do total carb, okay? But it is 20 carbs or less in a day. And if you are eating more than 1 meal, I'm eating more than 1, you want to try to do 6, maybe 8 in a sitting. Don't do too many because you need your body to burn that off, okay? But I do the 1 meal, so this is fine for me. So I got 16 carbs here for the night, and that's going to be it. That's all I'm going to eat. But I got enough fat here because I made these in olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I've got the cream cheese. I've got the nuts here. I got plenty of fat here. I got ranch dressing, so I got plenty of fat, okay? And I got wings here that were deep fried. All right, let's go ahead and try one. I'm going to do a wing first because I love wings. Look at that. It's a dry rub. Now, I did it with the, you'll see, because you would have already seen this because I had the slideshow up yesterday. I did it with the package of the ranch seasoning, and then I did a half or 4th cup, I can't remember, of the almond flour. I'm sorry, you don't have to add the almond flour. If you guys can't have almond flour, you can just do the ranch seasoning. And lightly season it so you only have to use 1 pack because I did a total of 16 wings. I did 8 of the drummies and 8 of the wings. So, but they came together in a package and I cut them apart. You would have seen that in the video if you watched it. But you want to lightly season it because, that ranch seasoning won't go very, very long. You dip it in the egg and then into that. So just lightly, just kind of use your fingers if you want to, just kind of sprinkle it on. If you set it down inside, you're going to waste it. It's going to go by too quick. And I explained that in my slideshow. So just use your fingers, hold it up. I actually set it down to show you guys just so I could take a picture. But I held it up and I just used my fingers and sprinkle it on, or a spoon and sprinkle it on. That way you don't get too much. You don't want too much, but because you want it, that whole pack is 16 carbs. So you don't want to go through that pack and not have enough for your wings. But you can see it looks completely covered and it looks great. So let's go ahead and try it. Ooh, that is good. Ooh, I love that ranch on that. And I boiled the chicken first because I don't want to do it in the deep fryer and not have it cooked all the way through. We want to make sure our chicken is cooked. So I boiled it first on high and with the cover until it kind of came to a high boil or boiling over a little bit. Then I turned it down to about 7. You guys see it in the slideshow. And then I continued to cook around 7 or 8 for the temperature until they were done. I figured it was about 8 minutes, maybe cook time because they're just wings. And then I let them cool off, cut them because they were together. I didn't have just the wing and just the drummy. I had to cut them in half. They were together, the full wing and drummy. So, then I cut them and then I just did the drummies first. I dipped it in the egg, sprinkled on the ranch seasoning and into the hot oil in my my deep fryer. Now, if you want to make these lower fat, you're going to bake these in the oven then. You're not going to make them in that oil because that's what's going to make them heavy fat. So what you're going to do is you're going to boil them when they're wet like that. Don't even use the egg. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. You can still use the egg because I only used 2 eggs or whatever to do all of them. There was egg left over, so even 1 egg would be enough. But if you want to save fat as much as you can, don't even use the egg. Just sprinkle the seasoning on, put them in the oven. But it probably would be better just to dip it in the egg just so you have, it's wet when it comes out, but I let them cool off because they're so hot to touch them. So let them cool off. Run them under the egg and get a little bit of sprinkled of the seasoning on it, that dry ranch seasoning to make ranch dressing. It's the Hidden Valley, I think. And then you're going to pop it in the oven. Put them on a tray so they don't stick or whatever. Put some on a parchment paper on a cookie sheet or just something so they don't stick. You don't want to use any oils because you want to save on fat. So that's what you would do there. And then bake them in the oven for about, I would say 8 to 10 minutes on 400 or 350. When you do them in the deep fryer, if you're at mode like I am in the deep fryer, then you do it at 400. It was like about 6 minutes and they were cooked because they were already cooked. And then if you want to lower this, the asparagus, you're going to use reduced fat cream cheese. That's what you're going to do. Or don't use any cream cheese at all. Use Parmesan cheese. You're going to save on fat there. So that's how I just taught on this meal how to lower it. And then ranch dressing, you're not going to use that. You're not going to dip it. I just brought it over here in case I wanted it, but it already tastes really good. So let's do a bite of our creamed asparagus. I've done cream spinach and other cream stuff or whatever, but not creamed asparagus. Oh no, I got a hair in here. We do not want a hair. A hair got in there. Yeah, I've never done creamed asparagus. Yum. Yeah, these wings, I don't even think I'm going to even dip them. I might, but they're really good. I don't eat that wing part. That's like the bone or whatever. But anyways, so story time. Look at that, you guys. Yum, yum, yum. Don't worry if anything drips. Hits my table or hits the ground and she eats it. Oh, my dog. Oh, she's not out here. Oh my God, is that ranch seasoning good that way? I wanted to do a dry rub. I love dry rub chicken. I'm just having one of those clear waters. It's diet. It's just a water. Peach. That is good. Okay, story time. What story I was going to tell you? I had it all prepared and I should have wrote it down so I knew I'd forget. Oh, why am I forgetting so much today? Actually, I've only forgot 2 things today. Wow, what was it? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I can't remember the story I was going to tell. Sorry guys, I can't eat any of the rubbery parts. Wow. I am so embarrassed right now. What was I going to tell? I'm drawing like a complete blank here. I cannot believe I should have wrote it down. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm not trying to not talk, you guys. I can't think of what it was. This, by the way, this food is phenomenal. Oh, now I remember. Of course, when I'm 30 minutes in. Let's try to tell this quick, though. I used to have a huge fear of dogs. I used to not have a huge fear of dogs, or I did, but not as bad as till after this incident happened. But anyways, when I was 5 years old, we lived in Wisconsin. My brothers were born in Wisconsin. I was born in Minnesota, but we moved to Wisconsin. My brothers were born there. My two youngest brothers, Robbie and Tommy. I used to go hang out with a friend of mine. I was 5 years old. And I'll never forget this. I used to hang out with her. She was just a few, we lived up on the top of the hill. She lived down at the bottom of the hill. She was like just in between the houses. It was probably like 2 blocks over. I used to go visit her. And I'm going to try it with the ranch. And, oh, that's good too. On the way there, there's a house with 2 dogs. They had a really nice dog and a really mean dog. The mean dog was always on a chain because he literally would rip somebody apart. I used to tease him. You know, 5 years old, you go, nah, 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 you know, because he was on a chain, and I tease him, and oh, he wanted to get to me so bad. He would just be, I mean, fangs, you know, his teeth coming out, saliva coming out of his mouth. I mean, he wanted me. And I used to tease him every time I walked past. And then sometimes the owner would come out and say, stop that, you know. But, and then of course I'd run away. But yeah, I used to tease this dog so much that I got what I had coming to me. So I would go there every day to my friend's house, almost every day. I even have pictures of me when I was over at our house when I was younger. And we had so much fun together, but if that dog was out, I was teasing that dog. And one day, I'm heading home by myself, and, you know, after playing or whatever, I'm heading home, and the dog's out, and he's barking. And little old Angel, na 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 na, and I was really egging him on that day. The owners were gone, so I was really egging this dog, and I was getting pretty close to him and going like this and everything to him. Yeah. Biggest mistake I ever could have made. He somehow pulled out of that ground. As I kind of backed up, and then I'm getting ready to walk home or whatever, and I'm still going, na, 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 na. He now has got his chain almost completely out of the ground, and he got it out. And he started booking after me, and I started running as fast as I could run. Now remember, I'm only 5. And I had to run up a hill to the house. So I am running as fast as I can. I am booking. I am so scared. You get that adrenaline rush. You know, this dog is chasing you now that for years you've seen, or for a while, with his fangs out, you know, the drooling and all that. You don't know what he's going to do to you. I almost made it home, and he got a hold of my leg. I fell down. He jumped on me and pushed me down. I fell down, and he got a hold of me and bit me right on the inner side of my leg, like, you know, not the front of your knee, but go around to the side, and bit right there where the bend of the fold is, right there at the knee. And he bit and opened me up. I had to have stitches there. He opened me up pretty good. My mom heard me screaming outside, and she came out, and she, you know, shooed the dog away. I think at that point, I think she called a neighbor to help or something, because she didn't want to, you know, she was afraid of the dog too, but she was trying to protect me, so she didn't care, you know, she was trying to get me. And so they got the dog away or whatever. They got the hold of the owner or whatever. The owner came and got it and said, well, she's always teasing the dog. And they're like, yeah, but he got off and bit my daughter. My mom was very upset. And she goes, she has to look at her leg. It was like just, you know, just ripped open, and I had to go in and have stitches done. And I don't even remember how many stitches I had, but I'll tell you what, I never teased that dog again. And from then on, I was deathly afraid of dogs. Anytime I ever heard a dog bark, literally chills would go down my spine. And you imagine, because when you're bit that young and you have to have stitches, you're cut open. I was really scary. So for the longest time, I was very afraid to be around dogs. Very afraid. I would get so fearful of the bark. But I knew that I had to overcome that fear, because I have fears in life, phobia, like, you know, I'm flying in a plane, being heights, I'm afraid of heights. Well, I overcame that. Still afraid of heights, but I can fly in an airplane. Just all of that stuff or whatever, but I had to overcome that fear of dogs. So I finally decided that I was going to overcome it. I still have a little bit of fear, like a dog can kind of sense it, but I know that they tell you not to because they can sense that. So sorry, I got to eat and talk. But yeah, you're not supposed to show fear to them, because that's when they will attack too, in defense. But I was afraid for a long time, and I'm kind of overcoming that. Now dogs can come up, and if they tell me the dog's nice, even if it's a big dog, I'm just like, "Aww," and I want to pet it and everything, because I definitely am getting over that fear. You got to get over your fears. Try to overcome, because it's not fun to live with those fears. But if a dog started running after me right now, yeah, I'd be scared to death. I think anybody would start running after me. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I used to tease this dog, and I got taken care of for doing that. So don't ever do that. You know, don't tease dogs or whatever. I know even my uncle will do that sometimes with dogs or whatever. He'll tease them when they're on a leash and stuff. I was like, don't do that, because they will. They can get off that leash. They're coming after you, and they did. That dog came after me, and man, I got a good scar from it and stitches. That was the scariest time of my life. Like, I almost got home too. I was almost home. That's why my mom was able to hear me, because I think I got right to the yard. I was almost up the steps and in the door. I don't know how I ran so fast, because he got off right when I was pretty close to him. But oh my gosh, that was a scary time of my life. And I have another time I want to tell you a couple things that my brother Mark done to me throughout my life. That's my oldest, well, one of my older brothers. He's kind of mid, because I have the oldest, and then it's Mark, and then it's Dave, and then it's me, and then it's Robbie, and then it's Tommy. So it goes Jim, Mark, Dave, me, Robbie, Tommy. Yes, I have all brothers. There is 6 of us, right? Me, Robbie, Tommy, Mark, Jim, and Dave. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of us, and I'm the only girl. 2 of them are from another marriage. My dad was married before. So same dad, different moms. And then my brother Mark has the same mom, different dad. So that's how it goes. But me, Robbie, and Tommy all have the same mom and dad. Although we lost our dad, but we have the same mom and dad. But anyways, yeah, so I got a couple of stories I want to tell you that my brother did to me when I was little, and I was stupid enough to fall for it. And he was young too. My brother Mark is only a year or 2 older than me. So yeah, I got some stories there, but thought I would tell you that story about dogs and just tell you not to fear things. Like the Bible says, fear not, for I'm with you. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. So, excuse me, don't be an idiot. Don't tease dogs or whatever, but try not to fear, because even that can, you know, a dog, sorry, I hate when I drink soda. Dogs, it's not soda, it's water, but it's got the fizz in it. Dogs sense that fear. They will come at any animal does. If they sense fear, they're going to attack. That's what they're going to do. So try not to have that fear. But I hope you guys enjoyed that story. of me getting bit by a dog for teasing it. I know a lot of you can say, well, you got what you had coming to you because you shouldn't have been doing that. We'll have a few bites of my yogurt here, and then I'll get off because I'm already at 40 minutes. I always try to go under that, and I just can't. Let's see. There is something good in every day. I love reading those covers. And it truly is. There is definitely something good in every day. One, I'll tell you, every day where it says there's something good in every day, I'll tell you what's good in every day. If you wake up. Think about that. If God woke you up, that's your something good in your day. That's the first thing I do, basically, when I get up is thank you, God, for waking me. I'm doing the strawberry one with the macadamia. So good. I'm going to finish that up. But this meal was so great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the Bible reading. Hope you definitely got a chance to make these. I know I just did the video yesterday, but pretty simple to make. If not, definitely go back to yesterday's video and make these. They're really good. Like I said, just be careful because you only want 1 pack of the seasoning because it's got 16 carbs in it. Unless you're going to make way more wings for a bigger family, this is enough, the ones that I did for like 3 servings or whatever. But if you need more than that, then fine, you can use more packs because then you're going to be using less, but just be careful. And of course, you know, some gets on the wing part there. If you don't want to, don't even put it on that part because we don't even eat that part. But like I said, just roll it through the egg and then hold it up over the bowl that's got the seasoning in it, that's got the mixture of the almond flour and the ranch. If you can't have almond flour, then just do the ranch. But just take a spoon and lightly just kind of brush over the wing like this so it'll, you know, attach to it because it's got the egg on it. And go like that and then put it in your deep fryer. Or if you're trying to save on fat, put it on a piece of parchment paper and into your oven and bake it. So I love you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you in my very next upload. I love you guys dearly. I do. God bless. And always, always remember to stay with God and always remember to keep it keto.